The Denver Broncos host the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday in the season finale for both teams. These teams, obviously division rivals, played a month ago. It was a tougher than expected game for Denver. They pulled out a 17-9 win in Kansas City. Now, this game is the simplest game of the week in terms of handicapping because Denver's a 16-point favorite here. 42 is the total. This all comes down to your personal philosophy, whether you feel comfortable or not laying this many points, because there's absolutely no case that can be made for Kansas City in this game. The Chiefs are 2-12. They're the worst team in the NFL. Dead last, 32nd in points scored, points per game. 25th in points allowed. They're a little bit better on defense than on offense, but they're bad all around. Denver, meanwhile, has won 10 straight games. The Broncos now sit at 12-3. The scary thing, if you're the rest of the AFC, is the Broncos have been just as good on defense as they've been on offense. I mean, they're fourth in the NFL in total offense, second in points scored. They're third in total defense, fifth in points allowed. They're just dominant on both sides of the ball right now. Peyton Manning is playing like he was in his prime, never missed a beat after missing all of last season with those injuries and the multiple shoulder and neck surgeries, whatever it was. There's no more concerns about Peyton Manning. He is Peyton Manning of old. And as we said, Denver is rolling, winners of 10 straight. They have won all 10 by 8 points or more. So again, it comes down to a matter of, do you feel comfortable laying this many points? Because Denver needs the game. This is not a scenario where Denver is going to not play their players, because if they win this game, they lock up a bye in the first round of the playoffs. If they lose this game, New England's most likely going to get that bye because they're a double-digit favorite over Miami. And Denver, another thing in play for Denver, if they win this game, they could still lock up home field throughout should Houston lose to the Indianapolis Colts, which maybe not likely, but could happen. Houston a 7-point favorite in that game. So Denver still has things to play for. Kansas City, if they lose this game, they will lock up the number 1 overall pick. And nobody, I mean nobody, thinks the Chiefs are going to lose this game. Did I say earlier they were 2-12? They're actually 2-13. See, I was giving them a little more credit than they're due. Now, you might not like laying double-digit numbers in the NFL. I don't like it. I lost last week laying over 2 touchdowns with the New England Patriots when they faced the Jacksonville Jaguars. Also lost a few weeks ago backing the Houston Texans when they were 15 or 16-point favorites in a game. I think that game might have been against Jacksonville as well. But if there's ever a time to do it, this is the game to do it. I mean, Denver has covered double-digit numbers in 2 out of the last 3 games. They covered 11 last week against Cleveland, covered 10 3 weeks ago against Oakland, and Kansas City's worse than all of them. Now, like everybody, I'm trying to find a way to like Kansas City in this game. You know, you think, well, if Denver has this game locked up, if for example, Houston has won, if the New England Patriots, if Denver has this game locked up, are they going to pull some players in the second half to keep those guys fresh for the playoffs, enabling Kansas City to maybe sneak in a backdoor cover? I mean, Denver should be up 21 points in this game in the middle of the fourth quarter, and it still wouldn't be safe. But the thing that just leads me away from the Chiefs and towards the Broncos in the end is the Chiefs are so bad on offense. They don't have the type of offense to take advantage of something like that. I don't think they'd be able to score any late touchdowns to sneak in there for that backdoor cover. Kansas City can't score against anybody right now. I mean, they couldn't score against the Oakland Raiders a couple of weeks ago, shut out, much less the Denver Broncos, a team, like we said, a top 5 defense right now. Kansas City is not going to score enough in this game, I don't believe, to stay as close as 16. I mean, you'd be shocked if Denver scored any less than 24, 27. They're probably going to score more than that. I mean, they average 29 points per game. Kansas City, as we mentioned, 25th in the NFL in points allowed. So you'd expect Denver to score at least 30 points or so. And I don't believe Kansas City has a type of offense where they're going to be able to score any more than 10 to 14 points. So even though it's a huge number in a division game, I lean towards the Denver Broncos minus 16 points in this game.